Oh, that's the big thing, is all the fucking regulations and everything.
I'm still on that Persian thing. Next time you decide that you want to come talk to me, I'm about crawling 30 feet, baby.
You want to be a Persian king. I swear, in the last video, I noticed that I was slumping down in my chair, and I was like a half a foot shorter than you.
Yeah.
I was clear down here.
Yeah, you guys know it. Hold on, babe.
Oh, yeah. The video hasn't officially started yet, so... I really like that hat. Why am I just now noticing that you have an American flag? That's really good. I'm just now noticing that. I'm sorry. And I have Don't Mess with the Moo.
And an American flag. I actually was going to wear that shirt.
Really?
Yeah. But
then, oh, wow. That would have been funny.
But then I was like, no, he's probably going to wear that shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, eh.
It's the best satire site on the internet. You're looking at the site name right now.
Don't mess with the moo.
SlipperyCow.com. Go there or we will kill you, right?
Yes. We know where you live. We know your names.
Motherfucker.
Oh, I had to look down to make sure I was pointing at the camera.
Oh, no.
Oh, you did? You knew that?
I did, yes. I can read your mind.
You know everything.
I can read your mind. It's a scary place.
Is that my hair? No, it's not. My hair all right? What do you guys think?
Oh, my God. Are you...
Is my hair better up or down?
Are you prissing and prancing?
I am. Well, I got to look good for the people.
You know, when I first met you, you were like all designer shit and everything else. I'm just
Still
like, who is this guy?
Still designer shit. Still designer.
How long have we known each other? 14 years.
14 years. That's a long ass time.
Jesus Christ almighty. 14 years, September 1st.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yep.
Thank goodness.
He doesn't remember dates. He doesn't even know how old he is.
I get reminded on my yearly calendar. Siri tells me.
What are we talking about today? That was good timing. Did you hear that beep?
I did. We're talking about things that the government
should not be doing. Dude.
Really? Really? No, really? Really?
You know, I say that every time just to see what kind of really you're going to come up with. Man.
I was thinking about it. I was like,
I mean, at first it was like, really? 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 And now it's really like a pig. You sound like a stuck pig.
Yes.
Really?
That's right. I'm voting Democrat.
Oh, yeah. No furries. No furries in the house. All right, so yeah, we're talking about what the government should not be doing. The private enterprise should be doing everything. This channel, as you know, is based on individual rights. We hook everything all over. I think in our last video, we forgot to hook everything back around to rights.
I don't think there was that much of a whole rights thing.
That's right, because it was Donald Trump.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. If you guys want to know what we're talking about with the last video, it's
go back
in the playlist.
Yeah, it's like an hour ago.
You can tell because I'll be wearing the same shirt.
Yeah.
That he likes.
But anyway, we connect everything back around to rights at the end of the video because we need a new constitution and the government needs to honor our rights, your rights, and leave us the fuck alone. We got a right to our bodies, our property, and our money. End of subject. No taxation. Everything voluntarily given. All that kind of good stuff. So with all of that in mind, what should the government be doing? Virtually nothing that it's doing right now.
Absolutely.
Absolutely nothing. Almost, right?
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah. So I mean, they took over the post office. I mean, way back when. I mean, it's actually in the Constitution. You know that the government's in charge of posts, as they called it. Really? You know that the government can regulate interstate commerce. Really? What's magical about that? You got commerce going between states. All of a sudden, the government has a say in that. So that causes prices to go up. It causes the FBI and others to get involved. And so it causes companies to make us pay more for their products. But the main thing is it makes the U.S. government in charge of commerce in America. And so the thing is, the government should not know, they shouldn't even know what businesses are about. Who the businesses are, what they're doing, nothing. We should have completely unregulated capitalism. It should be free capitalism. And some of you might be sitting there going, well, you know, what if, you know, Amazon decides to raise their prices, or what if Microsoft becomes a monopoly? So what?
Don't shop.
Don't shop.
It's that easy.
Yep.
Just don't buy their stuff.
Yep.
It's pretty simple. Yep. And you know what? Eventually enough people will get together and be like, you know what? Let's go ahead and do this ourselves. And then they do it.
Yep.
And then you buy from them.
Yep.
There's actually computer companies, computer assemblation assembly companies that some of them are super high priced and some of them are not. And what are people starting to do? People are starting to buy from the non-high price people, they're starting to gaming PCs and things of that nature. They're buying off of those
because that's what Freedom does.
Yep.
Freedom makes it to where you can take your money anywhere you want because that's what an exchange is, right? And when you purchase something, you're saying, you know what? I want your product more than I want my money. I want that computer, that $1,000 computer. Here's my $1,000 in cash. Give me your computer. Mm-hmm. So you're surrendering your money voluntarily. So you don't have to surrender your money voluntarily in a free country. In a free country, you can surrender your money voluntarily, and that's what it's all about. And so our money flows wherever we're getting the best products at the best prices. But the U.S. government pretends, and local governments pretend that they're in charge of all this stuff, and they tell us they're protecting us. Like with the post office, for a while they were saying, well, so what people are sending through the post is secret. So the government needs to make sure that whatever is secret in that mail is protected by them. No, we don't. Because if you've got in a private economy, if you've got 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 different companies delivering mail, you're going to go with the one that keeps your stuff secure.
Yep.
I mean, that's how FedEx and UPS popped up.
Yep, that's exactly right. And they did such a good job that the post office hardly, they handle what, I can't even remember the number, but it's way lower in packaging than they did before.
Well, in fact, with most companies, especially businesses, if they've got something secure they want to send you, they don't send it via the U.S. Post Office.
Negative, they do not. I mean, when was the last time you actually received a package via the U.S. Post Office? As a matter of fact, even when you order something now online, if you see anything that says U.S. Post Office, don't you think twice about possibly hitting that purchase button? I know I do.
And why is that, folks?
Well, because guaranteed delivery, insurance on your packaging, they just do it better than the government-backed. I mean, have you even tried to file a complaint or lodge a lost package with the USPS?
Good luck.
I have one time, and it was absolute chaos.
After you stand in line for 45 minutes.
Oh, it was ridiculous. It was horrible.
And then you're greeted by somebody who doesn't give a shit about you, obviously, who's moving as slow as molasses. I mean, anyway, but so it says something that when there finally is competition for the U.S. Post Office, people stop using the U.S. Post Office. Mm-hmm. And now in the modern age, obviously with the internet, it's not needed anymore.
Yeah.
But the government keeps it afloat. They want to stay in. They always want to stay in charge of something. They want to get our money and stay in charge of something. But they're in charge of so many things. They run electricity. They regulate electricity and gas and water. So that, as everybody knows, California has been running out of water almost yearly. And the reason for that isn't because California doesn't get enough water. They get plenty of water from the mountains, from the snow in the mountains in California. But they have environmental regulations which won't allow private people to create giant reservoirs, which Texas did about 60 years ago. That's why they have so many lakes. Almost all of the lakes in Texas were created privately. So, but California, yeah, I'm from Texas, and he says proudly, got my boots in the closet. Shut up! I'm glad I did that while you were vaping. You can't say anything. Okay, so, but California, if California had 10 times the amount of reservoirs they've got now, they wouldn't have any problem. This is government assuming that they're in charge of water.
Yeah, water.
Yeah,
the element which brings life.
Yeah,
it's from a movie.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What movie?
Mortal Kombat.
Oh. Is that a movie? Okay.
By the way, we're looking for another host for DudeReally. One that's maybe...
Oh, so I'm the host? Oh, wow, I'm loving that. He admitted it. No, you didn't. No, you said host. You didn't say co-host.
Oh, that's fine. No. I'm just the eye candy.
Yeah, that's what you are, is eye candy. So, I mean, and it's not everything. It's Social Security. I mean, the government, FDR comes in and says, oh, we're going to start this thing, and we're going to give it a nice, cute little name like Social Security.
To make everybody believe that it's social. It's a responsibility of which that you must pay into. Aren't they almost bankrupt?
Bro, it's been bankrupt for a long time.
Isn't it? It's like they've borrowed from so much that people who are paying into Social Security now are paying for the recipients that had already paid for it.
It's been like that since the 1930s. You steal from the young to pay for the old, and then allegedly, if you get old, you get
right. If you get old,
the younger people pay for you. It's not your money coming back. Your money was spent a long time ago. It's rightly called a Ponzi scheme.
Mm-hmm.
But the government does this. But the problem isn't necessarily that the government does this. It's that we let them do this shit.
Yep, every single month.
One thing we've said in previous episodes is that we should sell off all of the national parks in America. 1/3 of the land in America is run by the U.S. government. Sell it all off, trillions of dollars, pay off everybody who's paid into Social Security, get rid of Social Security. Get rid of the Ponzi scheme. So it's another area that we're talking about where the government has intruded, has insinuated itself, and they shouldn't be there. They should just be protecting our rights.
Yes.
They shouldn't be protecting us from old age. They don't need to be protecting us from warming of the earth, so-called global warming. It's not the job of the government to put a thermometer up the earth's ass.
Wait, global warming's not real either?
No.
Damn.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm 0 for 0.
I wish it were. I want it to be warmer.
Shit.
I do. What?
It's hot.
Well, it is now. It's freaking July.
Now it's hot in July.
Yeah, wait till freaking December, bro.
Yeah, it's true. It's cold in December, everybody. Don't forget your jackets. Public service announcement. You can put it blue.
Yeah, but they're, boy, good thing they got you to let them know to wear their jackets in December.
No problems. I'm there with you guys.
That's where we're an information channel.
You're welcome, guys.
Yeah. So that's that. It's everything. Welfare, allegedly taking care of people on the down and out.
I love how you say allegedly because that is exactly right. All it's doing is enabling bad behaviors.
Yeah. And you know what they used to do back in the 19th century, which everybody calls mean now, is that you had to earn. Everything was run privately. All charity was run privately. Churches, private organizations, everything else. Carnegie even put into stuff like that. Private things. But, you couldn't automatically get money from private people back then. You had to basically prove to them that you weren't a loser. If you didn't prove, if you were homeless, you had to go to a private charity and say why you were homeless. And if there are people out there watching this right now going, oh, well, that's mean. Well, then you're a fucking loser.
Right. You're just hoping that somebody else will pay for your own inability to take care of yourself. Or your refusal, outright refusal. Because a lot of people are outright refusing to do so. Outright refusing to go ahead and take care of their children, take care of their family, take care of anything. Because and their excuses, oh, I can't get. You can't get what? You can get anything you try to get.
And those people you're talking about, they evidently don't have friends and family who care about them, or they wouldn't be going to the government. These people have exhausted, if they had any, all of their private relations and the charity from the people that they know.
And that's not a red flag in itself.
Right.
Them burning those bridges is not a red flag already. So now you have to go to the government in order to pay for the bridges that you've already burned because of bad choices. Some people, like 0.1% of people that actually truly need a handout, need a help.
Yeah. Private organizations will take care of those
people. And private organizations not only would take care of those people, but take care of them exponentially better than how the system works for the people who need it now. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine being so down and out that you have to go there to the government and basically beg for this type of money? Can you imagine the feeling that you get walking through those doors, waiting for 4 hours to be seen by a case manager who basically has a stack full of papers this thick?
They don't give a shit about you.
No, they don't give a shit.
No.
And if you don't have the correct form, guess what? Your ass is getting back to all right, we'll fill out this form and come back up when you're in queue. And
one of the things about private charities is that they actually, from what I'm told, they actually care about you because they won't take care of it just anybody. You've got to prove to them that you're on the down and out and you have a good reason for it. They actually want to take care of you.
And they go above and beyond.
Yeah.
I know myself. If I had a good friend that was really, really down and out and needed my help, I would not hesitate to help that person. And not only I wouldn't just give them.
Well, you and I both have done it.
Yeah, we've both done it. Exactly.
Yeah, many times. Yeah.
But we would go above and beyond. Hey, can I help you with anything else? Like, while you're looking for a job, do you need a ride to that interview? Do you need all these other things that come up there? No. Instead, over at the welfare line, it's like here's your card.
I mean, you lose your self-esteem in those kinds of lines. You just can't have self-esteem to do that kind of stuff. I mean, some people have called me many times insensitive, an uncaring bastard, and it's actually quite the opposite. I care a lot about true people who are on the true down and out. But as Damon was saying a second ago, it's a very small percentage of the population. Most people who are on the down and out put themselves in that place because of drugs, irresponsibility. They don't want to work. They're just flat out losers. They're thieves or whatever. And they're just losers.
Yeah. I mean, we're not unfeeling towards the woman who's getting out of a bad relationship with her husband because he's a fucking nut. But what we're saying is she can absolutely be taken care of 10 times better by a private entity than she will ever be taken care of by the government.
But one of the things on the front end of all of that is if you know that the government no longer is handing out free cash, that all private charity is, or all charity is private, if you know that the qualification for that is pretty harsh, it's going to make you choose your husbands and wives a little bit more carefully.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these people, they know that they're out on this whole thing. If I'm in a bad relationship and I get a bunch of kids, I'll just go to the government. So they stay in a bad relationship longer than they should, popping out the children. And it's like, then they go with 6 kids and they get taken care of, with our cash. So that welfare creates a syndrome that normally wouldn't be there, that used to not be there.
Yeah, when you take away the security blanket, people make different choices.
Seriously,
and they make harder choices. They make more aggressive choices because there's no guarantee for everything to be okay. Because there shouldn't be a guarantee for everything to be okay.
No.
It's a gamble. It's a gamble that you take on a daily basis. Is this relationship going to be good for my life? Is this a business proposition? Is this job? Is this location where I'm staying? Are all of these things going to be good for me? All right, well, now I've got to really think about it because there's no guarantee that it's going to work out.
And the government's done this with healthcare also, making it to forcing hospitals to accept patients, whether the hospital or doctors think that patient should be coming in or not. And then, of course, the government pays for the health care of millions or tens of millions of Americans. So what this does with that cash flowing into hospitals and doctors is it raises health expenses for all of the rest of us. So this has been said for a long time, but this government interference, violation of individual rights by jumping into health care is an abomination. And it's caused America's healthcare expenses to be the highest in the world. Yes, do we have the best healthcare in the world? Yes, we do. But that's because of capitalism. That's not because of the government.
It's because people realize they're going to make money as a doctor. That's why.
Creating great equipment,
and also putting them into their own practices.
Mm-hmm. So it's the government. All these places the government's not supposed to be in, and we base all of this on the fact that in a truly free country, there's never been one in the history of the world, but in a truly free country, the government simply, all it does is a very, very tiny, little bitsy important thing, and that is make sure we don't interfere with each other. We don't fuck with each other's lives, property, money, bodies. We're all free to do with those things as we please. We go to work, we make $100,000 a year, we get to keep every fucking penny of it. The government only gets some of that money if we voluntarily decide the government's done a good job protecting our lives. Here you go, here's 3%, 5%, 7%, whatever it is. That's the way it's supposed to work. That's what freedom is. That's what individual rights are. A right is your claim to freedom. That's what it is.
Inalienable.
Inalienable, as TJ said.
That's right, TJ Hooker. That was a very popular show in the 80s.
Thomas Jefferson?
Yeah, that guy. That guy did it.
You are the beauty of this program, man. Oh my God. Anything else, Damon?
That's it, Dax. I think we've covered all bases, and yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Y'all go check out slipperycow.com. Find out what your rights are. Keep watching this program. Leave your comments.
Please do. We love receiving your comments, especially when you really don't like what we have to say.
Yeah, we love those.
That's my favorite. Actually.
Yeah, me too.
But if you like what we have to say, I love seeing your stuff too.
Yeah, I know. We actually like that more.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I like that more. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, y'all take care.